Hello students, today I am going to start another new topic from your English grammar, and the very important topic, that is voice. So I think all of you know what is voice. Okay, already these things we get from class 5 or 6 in our grammar. So voice are of two type, that also you know that there are two type of voice: active voice and passive voice, isn't it? So let's see what is active voice. Active voice, it indicates that the subject is the doer. Now what is the meaning of doer? Doer means the person who perform, or we can say performer. Doer means the person who does the action, or the person who performs the action. So active voice, it shows that the subject is the performer, the doer of the action, and it's expressed by the verb in the sentence. Okay, means it affect the verb. Just an example which I will take, for example, Anil waters the plants every day. Anil waters the plants every day. Now Anil is the subject. Anil is the subject, means he is the doer, that is performer. And what action he is performing? He is performing the action of watering the plant. So he waters the plant, and this verb affect the object, the plant. This verb, his action, Anil watering, what he is watering? He is watering the plant. So Anil is the performer, he is performing an action, that the action of watering what? Watering the plants. So in this sentence, this is subject, water is verb, and the plant is object, which is affected by this verb. Okay, so in voice, I'm not talking about active voice or passive voice. In general, in voice, we have to keep in mind the three things are very, very important to find out in voice, that is subject, verb, object. These three things are very, very important. Okay, so you have to find out which one is subject here, which one is verb, and which one is object. Okay, you have to be very clear about subject, verb, and object in voice. You have to use these three things in active voice also and in passive voice also. Now let's see what is passive voice. So passive voice means passive voice of the verb. It indicates, it shows that the action it expressed, which is expressed by the verb, it affect or happens to the subject. Okay, means the object, here we give more importance to the object. So here the object become the subject. It means the subject is affected by the verb. Okay, in passive voice we shows that the subject is affected by the verb. Okay, and in active voice we shows that the subject performs the action. Okay, so this is the only difference between active voice and passive voice. So here the subject is the plant, here verb is watered, and the object is Anil. So can you find out the difference between these two example? In active voice and passive voice, I have used the same example, but the active voice, the example of active voice, I have converted it into passive voice. Okay, so here Anil, that is the subject Anil, we give importance to the subject Anil, but in passive voice this object become more important. So we give more importance to the object in the passive voice. Okay, so that is the thing which we do in active and passive voice. So let's directly do let's see some applications, that how to convert active voice into passive voice. Okay, so as I already told that in voice, okay, that in voice we need three things: subject, verb, and object. These three things are very, very important. In a sentence you have to find out these three things properly, that which one is subject, which one is verb, and which one is object. Okay, so you have to be very clear about these three things. Keep in mind that in a sentence subject always stands at the first place. Okay, after subject you will get verb, and after that you will get object. So it is not like that a subject will be here at the middle or somewhere at the last. Subject always takes the first place in a sentence. Okay, and after verb you will get object. So basically this is the position. Okay, like you can say 1 2 3 like that. Now whenever we change active voice into passive voice, certain things we have to change. Okay, first thing, this is suppose this in this way we write active voice sentence. Okay, if we will change it into passive, then what are the changes we have to made in here? That the subject and the object, this two will change their place. Object will come here, and it will become subject. Okay, subject will go at the last. Okay, we will keep this one later. Okay, fine, I will write here subject will go at the last, which will convert into object. Okay, now verb you have to write the verb in third verb. Third verb means the past participle form. Verb always have to be in past participle form in passive voice. In active voice the verb will be according to the tense, but in passive voice you have to keep the main verb. I am talking about the main verb. Okay, if there will be any auxiliary, that we will see, but the main verb will always get converted into third verb, that is past participle form. And before than that, to show the different tenses, we use auxiliary verbs accordingly, but the main verb will always remain as a third verb. If you have noticed here in this example, Anil waters the plant. So as the plant is the object, Anil is the subject, and waters is a verb, so the plant become the subject here. Okay, and Anil goes at the very last. Now what about the verb? Main verb water become the third verb watered, and this is simple present tense, so here are watered, because here s is there, so you cannot write is watered. If it is the plant, then we can use is, but it is the plants, which is in plural, so we are using here are. And one more important thing, don't forget to add by before the object. Okay, so this one is also another additional thing. So we will go through this in more detailings, okay, with some example. But how here are watered come, there is a small format, okay, which you have to memorize, which you need to know. Okay, then only you can easily convert each and every tense into tense of active voice into passive or passive into active. But more importantly, you have to learn the formula of tense. The formula of tense play a very important role in grammar. So without this you cannot do anything. Like without addition and subtraction we cannot do mathematics, right? In each and every mathematics, either you are doing geometry or algebra, whatever, you have to see addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, you have to know. That is the basic thing of mathematics. In the same way, tense is also very important. Without this you cannot do voice, without this you cannot do narration. Okay, lot of things are there which are totally related to tense. So be clear with the formula of tense, which I have already given you while I have done the tense, the topic tense. Okay, so I will give you one format, you just note it down, you take the screenshot of that, you note it down properly, then we will move to the example. With the help of that format you will easily understand. Okay, so students, you have to memorize this formula. Here one side how to write active voice sentence, and here one side how to write passive voice sentence. Okay, so this formula you have to keep in mind. So first of all, you take the screenshot of this. So up to here, up to past continuous, take the screenshot. and rest from again up to here. I think you have taken the screenshot. Now let's see the full explanation of this topic, of this format. So on the basis of this format, we have to change active voice into passive voice. If you clearly understand this format, then it is very easy for you to change active voice into passive, or passive from passive to active. So you have to memorize this format. So as I already told that the formula of tense is very very important, right? So the formula of tense in whenever we write a sentence, we basically follow the formula of tense, isn't it? So that is the basic thing. So the site which you have seen in active voice, that you can say that the active voice is the formula of tense. Okay, so this is the formula of tense, you can say. So little changes are there in passive voice, but the basic way of writing a sentence is this. So this is the formula of tense also, you can say, or you can say this is the way we write active voice. Active voice means the normal way of writing a sentence, and in normal way of writing a sentence, we always follow the formula of format of tense. Okay, so here, so first of all, we will go through tense by tense. First present tense, then past tense, then future tense. So first present tense. In present tense, for passive voice, you can only change the first three: simple present, present continuous, and present perfect. See, present perfect continuous tense doesn't have any passive form. So if you get present perfect continuous tense, then you have to write the answer as no form. Don't try to change that sentence into passive. Just simply leave the blank and write no form. Okay, I will tell you later. So you have to memorize only the three format from present tense. In the same way, you have to memorize the three format from past tense. Here also, simple past, past continuous, and past perfect. Past perfect continuous does not have any form in passive voice. And in future, you have to memorize only and only two, that is simple future and future perfect tense. So future continuous and future perfect continuous does not have any passive form. So total how many? There are 3, here 3, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 format you have to memorize, and I think it is very very easy job for you to do. I think obviously you can do this, okay, and you have to do. Now let's see. In simple present tense, normally how we write sentence, subject is there, and the formula of tense, this is the formula of tense, you can say. If you have not memorized the formula of tense, just memorize these things. This is the formula of tense. Okay, so how we have to write a sentence in active voice in simple present tense. So in simple present tense, first we have to write subject, then after first form, which is also called the base form of verb, and then after object. So as I already told that we in voice we play with three things in the in a sentence, that is subject, verb, and object. So you have to be very very clear about which one is subject, which one is verb, and which one is object in a sentence. Okay, so in this way actually we write the normal sentence, that is, this is the formula of tense also, and in this way we write active voice. Now when we change the simple present tense into passive voice, subject which become object of the active voice becomes subject, and the subject of the active voice will become object in passive. Then after we will add is, am, are, then we will add third verb. As I have already told that the main verb changes or converted into third verb, that is the past participle form. Then you have to add this preposition by, and then after you have to put this object. So in this way we write simple present tense. And keep in mind that in the formula of simple present tense, that the way we write active voice, there is no auxiliary verb, but in the passive voice we have to put the auxiliary verb is, or, am, or, are. Then let's come Next come to present continuous tense. The formula of present continuous is subject, is MR, and verb in ing. For example, come will be coming, go will be going, and then after object. So in passive voice, this object will convert into subject and subject will convert into object. This one I think you are clear with. Then after subject, then is MR we use here also, we have to use here also, and to show ing form of the verb we have to use this word, that is being, been. This will show ing form of verb, and the main verb will always be third verb, and then after you have to put here by, and then after object. Then after present perfect tense, the formula of present perfect tense is subject plus has or have, and then after third verb plus object. So in present perfect tense we use third verb, so keep in mind that we have form of verb we always use third verb. Okay, so third verb is already present in present perfect tense formula. Then the passive voice, how we write the passive voice of present perfect tense. This subject and object, I think all of you understood the subject and object will change their place, so in this way this object will become subject here. Has and have we use, so you have to use has and have. To show the perfect tense, that is the third form, we use the word be, double e, and been, and then after the main verb will be third verb. So here already it is third verb, so it will be same third verb, then after by, then after object. So in this way we change active voice of all the present tense into passive voice. So there's no vast difference between these two formula. So to show ing we have to use be, ing, being. To show perfect we use be, double e, and been. Everywhere we use third verb in all the three, right? And then after this helping verb, there's a difference between helping verb. The helping verb which we use in present, simple present, and present continuous is same. Okay, but in past tense we use has and have, so here also we have to use has and have. So this is all about active and passive voice of present tense. Now let's move to the past tense. This is almost same, there's no difference between that. So how we write simple past tense? The way we write here, subject plus first form of verb in present tense. Here also subject plus second form of verb, that is the past form of verb, and then after object. And when we will change this one, the subject and object will change its place. Then we have to put was or where. Here we have put is MR according to the present tense. It is past tense, so we will put was and where. The main verb will be third verb. Then we have to use by, preposition by, and then object. So this is, both are same, only the difference is auxiliary verb. You can check it out. Okay. Next come to past continuous tense. Past continuous tense formula, subject plus was, where plus verb in ing form plus object. Okay. So how we will write? Same thing, just we have to add being, being, to show continuous ing form, that is subject and object will change the place. Then was and where, as it is used here also we have to use. So we cannot use verb in ing, so extra we have to show this ing, that is by using being. Then the main verb will be in third verb, then object. Then let's come to past perfect tense. Past perfect tense also same like that. There in present tense we have used has and have. Here only we can use had. Rest of the thing is same. Here all the formula are same. Few present continuous tense and past continuous tense formula is same, only there's a difference between the auxiliary verb. You can tally it. Okay, so subject plus had plus third verb plus object. Here subject plus had. Then to show perfect tense we use the word be, double e, and been, which we have to use here in the present tense also. Okay, present perfect also, and the third verb, and then by, then object. Everything is same, only the difference you will get in each formula is the difference of auxiliary verb. Okay, now simple future tense, subject plus will, shall plus first form of verb and then object. We use first form of verb in simple future with will, shall. Same here, subject, that is the object, here will be subject, object will become subject, then will, shall you have to use. Then you have to add here be, then the main verb will be third verb, then by plus object. That's it. Future perfect tense, how to write future perfect tense? Subject plus will, shall plus have, Then with have we always use third verb. Then object, convert it, subject and object will change the place. Will, shall will remain the same, have will also remain the same. To show perfect we use be double e and been, which we have already used in past perfect also and present perfect also. Then the third verb, this verb is already with is third verb, so it will be same third verb, then by, then object. So this is all about formula. So till today today's class I will explain up to here. In the next class with one formula I will explain one example. It will be easy for you to understand active voice and passive voice. So I want you to write it down, note it down in your copy, memorize till my next video will come. Till that you please memorize this formula, write it down in your notebook. So for today this much. Thank you.